Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. And today, during the first full week of the new year, since I don't have any pre-orders coming out this month, I wanted to go ahead and get done my top 10 most anticipated action figures of 2025. So if you saw my favorite figures of 2024, you know that last year was a little bit difficult financially for me to get, a lot of new stuff. It's probably going to be a little bit more difficult even this year, but I still think that these 10 figures, whether I'm going to get them or not, are going to be really fantastic, and I've been waiting for these particular ones. And as the year goes on, there's probably going to be more stuff I will end up being more excited for than what we're finding out now, of course. But just in terms of what is supposed to be released in 2025 that we know about so far, these are the 10 that I am the most excited for. Again, who knows if I'm going to get every single little figure here. I'm going to try to, because a lot of these look great, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So let's just go ahead and start at number 10. Coming in at number 10, I'm actually going to put the Star Wars The Black Series Savage Opress from Star Wars The Clone Wars on here. And I apologize if you hear any clicking because I'm going to be taking a look at a couple images here. But this thing honestly looks fantastic. This is not new to the Black Series line, but the unique sculpting and body mold going on here is really sick. I'm really digging the double-sided lightsaber, as well as the glaive that this comes with, and all the details on here. I mean, I'm hoping it translates well, but the details on here with just how the body looks, that head sculpt, and we do have what looks like soft goods, at least a little bit for the skirt piece, so that is nice to see. We do have weapon storage for the double-bladed lightsaber as well. I just think that this looks really great, and I cannot wait to pose this with my Clone Wars version of Darth Maul, actually. That was a really nice figure. This here is a deluxe figure, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive at around $35, but I'm not in love with that price. I do think that, it only coming with 2 weapons, I get it's going to be a larger figure, but only 2 weapons in that price. This is not new to this line. They've been doing this a lot. But if this is only my only Black Series figure of the year, then I guess I won't be too upset with it, since, $35 and I'm kind of done with what I wanted to get with the rest of the Black Series line this year. And maybe there's other stuff in Black Series that will come out this year that I really want, but it hasn't been like that for, I want to say over a year. So this one here, though, again, great looking figure. Number 9 is actually going to be a little bit surprising, but I'm going to put the NECA Ultimate Beetlejuice Bio Exorcist version on here. This is the brand new Beetlejuice coming out from NECA. I'm going to be honest, I'm not crazy, a big fan of Beetlejuice. I like the movie, of course. I just had to clarify, I'm not a crazy big fan of it. The reason why it's on here, though, is because I believe a NECA Beetlejuice that's updated like this is long overdue. Or when the new movie came out, NECA re-released their basically 5-point articulation figures that were from the Cult Classics era, and I thought that was kind of lame. I get why they did that. They probably weren't ready to show off new products for Beetlejuice or anything updated, so they really re-released the stuff that they had with new packaging. I get it. Still, probably should have waited until they just shown this here, or update those looks, when he's in a suit compared to what we have here, which still looks good. I am really digging a lot of stuff that this comes with, and I think it's going to be a really nicely done figure. Number 8, we're getting into Marvel Legends territory with some of these entries, and just to let you guys know, there are no DC entries this year in this list, unfortunately. Not that I don't like DC, of course. There just isn't any DC products coming out right now, or, anytime soon that I'm excited for, but that could change as the year goes on, but I digress. We have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Collection Chameleon figure. This particular version of Chameleon looking really nice, using the, I believe it was Red Skull and Dormammu body molds, or at least parts of that, from what I can understand. I just think that this looks really great. We had that suit version of Chameleon a long time ago, which is still a decent figure, but the suit body itself, to me, is pretty outdated. This here, as this version of Chameleon, looks really nice. I'm really digging the accessories. We do have fists. The guns are a little futuristic looking. We've had them before in the past. They're not the worst guns I've seen in this line, but also just a mask of J. Jonah Jameson there, which I do kind of wish we had a mask for Spider-Man as well. Maybe some alternate heads like J. Jonah Jameson and a Spider-Man head with this, which, I mean, if you collect enough Marvel Legends, you probably have that stuff already. So that's not really that much of a complaint. Overall, though, this thing just looks really fantastic. Still a little concerned that pretty much every Spider-Man figure is getting a retro collection release now and no Build-A-Figure wave. And it's still going to be like $25 to $26 depending on the retail you go on now. So I don't know how I entirely feel about that still. I've said that in the past, but, you know, regardless of that, this looks like a really nice Chameleon figure. Number 7 is going to be another Marvel Legends figure, like I was saying. It is the Spider-Man Retro Collection Agent Venom. There is one more Retro Collection Spider-Man figure coming up soon. You'll probably guess what, but so excited we're finally getting this updated version of Agent Venom. I thought the one from like 2014, 2015, that I think was a Walgreens exclusive, was okay. I honestly don't think that figure ages that badly. But I'm just glad that we have this because we have an alternate head. We have a bunch of different hands, different guns, which I think these are the same that are coming with Kraven. But if you really wanted to, I'm sure a lot of us by now have accumulated enough Marvel Legends to use some of the more realistic guns with this. I know I have a decent amount of weapons I can use for this, so I'm not complaining too much. I can't exactly tell what body mold might be used here, or maybe it's a completely unique sculpt. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But if there is any reuse here, it's hard to tell. Like, it just looks really nicely done. All the details on there. It's just such a nice looking figure. I think it's going to pose really great too. This is also selling out pretty fast. I was able to get a pre-order in from Big Bad Toy Store, which they've been kind of canceling a lot of my pre-orders lately, unfortunately. But I'm hoping they'll keep this one. It looks really fantastic. Number 6 is going to be the last Marvel Legends entry here on the list. Is going to be for the Spider-Man Retro Collection version of Spider-Man Unlimited. Very excited that we are finally getting Spider-Man Unlimited in this line. It looks really nice. I can't tell what body mold is being used right now. I know I've been collecting Marvel Legends for years and years and years, but lately it is actually getting a little bit harder for me to tell what's being reused because there's some pretty unique sculpting going on here. No matter if there is reuse or completely new mold here, it still looks really awesome. We have all these alternate hands. We do have, I believe, a back accessory with like the wings there, or like the webs. I guess that's removable too. I do kind of wish we had some effects. I could be wrong. Maybe this isn't a version that would warrant effects. It's been a long time since I saw anything regarding Spider-Man Unlimited. But no matter what, this thing just looks great. A lot of people have been excited for this. I'm excited for all the Marvel Legends I've listed, but only slightly more for this, simply because it's been a long time coming for this Spider-Man. We're getting into top 5 territory, and I'm cheating a little bit here because this is a double entry. There will be another double entry on the list, so yeah, just be aware of that. But this is actually going to be of the Jada Toy Cyberpunk Edge Runners, David Martinez and Lucy figures. Very excited for both of these. I don't usually collect Jada Toy stuff. Nothing against them, of course. I've heard some great things about the stuff they've been putting out over the past couple years. It's just that what they do make is stuff that I'm not crazy about, you know, in terms of the properties. Mostly Street Fighter. I don't play Street Fighter. They have, you know, mascots for different food brands. A bunch of other things that I can't even list off the top of my head right now. But I love me some Cyberpunk, especially Edge Runners. I was very excited. You know, they announced these like a year ago, maybe over a year ago. And we have been patiently waiting, and it looks like it's finally going to pay off because these look great. I think they look pretty anime accurate enough. It's just that they take some liberties with some of the designs here where they don't entirely look 100% like the Trigger art style, which is fine to me. As long as they're recognizable enough as these characters, I'm totally going to buy both of these. David looks really fantastic with the soft goods jacket that he has and the soft goods pants. And a bunch of accessories for him too. I believe Lucy also has a soft goods jacket going on there. Both of them look really fantastic. David is sold out right now on Big Bad Toy Store, actually. Both of these should be coming out in February. Lucy is still up for pre-order. I'm sure as they release, they'll have some actual ones in stock. So I'm glad I got my pre-orders in because I cannot wait for these to come out, hopefully next month. From here on out, it's going to be SH Figuarts related for this list, since a lot of their stuff I am pretty excited about this year. And number 4 is going to be of the SH Figuarts Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring version of Aragorn, my favorite character from Lord of the Rings. I do think that this does look a little bit rough in some areas. Mostly, we have a large cloak that is soft goods for this figure, but the rest of it is all plastic, which honestly, I'm not going to mind too much. The likeness is slightly iffy in this figure, and once it comes out, it's probably going to look a little worse. That just ends up being what happens when it comes to, characters that they make in this line that are based on realistic people, and the likenesses aren't perfect. Especially like the screaming face on this particular figure, I don't think looks super duper lovely, but I think this figure is going to turn out a little bit better looking than Frodo. Frodo definitely looks a little bit more rough. I just can't help it. Maybe it's just bias speaking, because I really love Aragorn as a character in The Lord of the Rings. But I just think that this looks like a really nicely done figure. I am keeping my expectations down a little bit, though, because I have a feeling that, it could be a little disappointing. The price of this is also pretty high. So if this ends up being disappointing with this price point, yeah, I don't know how happy I'm going to be about that. Number 3 here is my only other double dip entry on this list, and it's going to be of the SH Figuarts Hunter x Hunter, Gon, and Killua figures. These look really fantastic. A lot of people have been wanting SH Figuarts Hunter x Hunter, really just any Hunter x Hunter figures for a while, and SH Figuarts Tamashii Nations, they have answered our prayers. I know that there are Figma Hunter x Hunter figures. I'm wondering if Good Smile would re-release those out of spite later on this year. I think that would be really funny, but I doubt it. At this point, you might as well just pick these up. I think they just look really fantastic, and I'm not even someone who watches the series. Now, that's going to change this year. I'm going to try to get through this series before these figures come out. I have time. They should be coming out in the summer. I think I can make that work. I am still a little busy, but I really want to get into the series, because if I like Yu Yu Hakusho, I heard I would like Hunter x Hunter even more. And both these characters look really fantastic. There's not much I can talk about them, right now in terms of their different accessories and all of their, different gimmicks that they have here. They come with a lot of stuff each, and I'm just hoping that this is a line that will also continue and not just abruptly stop like they would with some of their lines, because it kind of feels like we're getting that already with the Yu Yu Hakusho line. So we'll wait and see. At number 2, I'm going to put the SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden Tsunade figure. Very excited that they're finally finishing the Sannin in this line, because we have this now. We got Orochimaru like a year and a half ago. Maybe, I don't remember exactly when. But we also had the event exclusive re-release and those colors of Jiraiya, which I haven't opened it yet. I don't think they're going to be updating that anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a few years down the line, but from what I understand, that doesn't need to be updated, but I digress. This looks really fantastic. I know people aren't crazy about her cloak here, this green cloak being plastic and not soft goods. I think it's going to be fine. Hopefully it's a light enough plastic to where it really doesn't matter too much. We're going to have different hands, different faces, and then we do also have a different faceplate for Naruto. The price here is a little high. I think this is a web exclusive, so you're only going to get it on web, like Big Bad Toy Store, as well as maybe Amazon, other online retailers, which a lot of us are already getting our stuff online already, but it won't be on like Hobby Japan or anywhere like that. So $85 here is a little high. But I don't know, man. I'm just really excited that they're finally making this figure. And at number 1, the top spot is going to go to the SH Figuarts One Piece Roronoa Zoro Romance Dawn figure. I cannot believe I said his first name without messing it up, because I usually do. Anyway, this is a really nice looking figure. And I am going to be a little bit skeptical of the top spot, because there are parts being reused from the Raid on Onigashima version with this, but because this outfit is a little bit more simplistic compared to, it wasn't really that crazy. It was just him in a black cloak, but that cloak enough was just, it was not good on that figure. And there was just a whole bunch of other problems for that figure. It does seem like there are still some problems here, mostly the knees being a single joint. I'm hoping the range of motion won't be too bad there. I think people are having problems with the hip section too. I do like that they addressed different expressions going in for the bandana head, because we just had the one head. It was just a fixed head for the 3-sword style to hold the sword in his mouth. But in other images, we do have the bandana head with like a grin on this figure. I'm very glad they addressed that. All the different face plates, all the different hands, the 3 swords. We also have the different sheaths going on for that. And we do have an extra face for Luffy to go with your romanced on Luffy. Or maybe it could even work for Raid on Onigashima version there if you really wanted to. But yeah, I think it's supposed to specifically be for the, romanced on Luffy. Again, I digress. I just can't wait to get this one, because I'm just hoping, I guess, that it's going to be improved compared to the previous one. But either way, I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty solid figure, because I just really like this character a lot. And this particular look for this character is just really awesome. So that is it for my top 10 most anticipated figures of 2025. Again, it's very early in the year. We only know about, so many figures. And as the year goes on, we're going to learn about more figures coming out in 2025. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this particular list. Was there anything you agreed or disagreed with? Are there any particular figures that you guys are excited for? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I will see you guys later.